What's the relationship with you and Gunna right now?
I don't got no relationship, you know.
The internet says you can't make hits without Gunna. So do you think y'all ever make music again?
The internet will say anything. How many hits I got?
Absolutely.
And so that don't even make sense, you know.
How much do you pay attention to the internet?
Man, like I only see what I gotta see.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And I try my best to just keep going shit like that. I don't feed into that. I don't read comments and all that. And some shit just be the headline. You gotta see it. You know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I don't even get into shit like that.
I know Thug says what Wham says goes, but if Thug says, hey, I'm gonna get in the studio, I'm gonna make some music with Gunna, baby, I want you to participate, would you?
I don't see that happening. No, I'm just saying, like, I want you to participate. I don't know what nobody else will do. You know what I'm saying? But just as far as me, you know what I'm saying?
You dropped the 350 record, and you said, ain't never saying nothing about it, nigga, you know you was a rat, and everybody thought you was talking about.
Yeah, but everybody, it's just the internet where they gonna create. I talk about rats in every song I had since I started rapping.
Word.
So now, you know, it'd be like, they just create a narrative and go, I don't even be talking about a nigga. So whoever a rat, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what nobody else will do. You know what I'm saying? But just as far as me, you know what I'm saying? You dropped the three.
What it do, y'all? It's Coffee. Tapping back in with an update, man. And Lil Baby getting his FaceTime in, appearing on these podcasts, sitting down, chopping it up with Charlemagne and Lil Yachty, among other platforms, man, as he got this album on the way. Wham, right? Y'all remember George Michael, Wham? Wake me up before you go. Don't leave me hanging on. Y'all, you remember that joint? Who also remembers the movie? You guys fuck with the movie with Key and Peele, Keanu, the cat movie? That ish was funny as fuck, man, when they was faking the funk with the gang, putting the act on. The one chick ended up being an undercover cop, man. It turned into a love story, right? But it was funny, all the George Michael references, how Keegan Michael Key was a big fan of George Michael. And when they referenced Wham, he was like, yo, just wham. You never seen that other dude again. Like, real talk, whatever happened to that dude? Comment if anyone knows. But when it comes to acronyms, because this is an acronym, it's Wham, who hard is me? What do y'all think about that on the act rating factor, right? You know, obviously, when it comes to hip hop albums that are an acronym, I think LL got to take the cake with the GOAT, right? Because that's something that came back into the news a little while back with LL dropping this new project and rededicating himself to hip hop with the whole NCIS thing coming to a close and him letting the world know, like, hey, I put out some projects, you know, I got into acting or whatever, as we see a lot of rappers / actors, but some really take off. You know, comment who you think is the dopest. Obviously, we got Queen Latifah. She really got big in the world of acting. Of course, Ice Cube, Will Smith, but he kind of was more actor than a rapper, really, to me. I don't know. Let me know what you think about that. There's Ice-T. More recently, Method Man has become huge in acting. He always was kind of acting, but like there was just a whole thing about him and Redman for Blackout 3 and whatnot. You know, he flat out said like he's into this acting thing now more, like acting is first priority. And RZA's another one who in more recent times, over the past decade or so, like he's a major actor, you know what I'm saying? Him and Russell Crowe got that whole Hollywood connection from American Gangster and on. They really have become tight. There was some female who sued Russell Crowe or something like that and was mad at RZA, I think, if I have the story correctly. I can't remember who it is. Tap in and let me know if you remember. You know, she was like disgusted. She said Russell Crowe like turned up on her, like tripping on her in RZA. She expected RZA to step in, but she didn't. But the point is LL, you know, got into acting and it became big for him like that. And then with NCIS coming to a close and him re-signing with Def Jam and dropping this latest project, and doing all these interviews and everything. He got the Eminem collab now. He let it be known. And comment what y'all think about that Murdergram with him and Slim Shady, if you think it's dope, you know. Man, the Nas Eminem one was really fire when we finally seen them collab, other than M doing a beat for him on the 8 Mile soundtrack. But anyways, LL was like, you can't have part-time this ish. I'm back in this thing full force. But with all these in-depth interviews that he was doing, that, you know, rededicating himself back to the game, the whole GOAT thing is something that has transcended hip-hop on a whole nother level. And you know, it's used in sports, it's used in so many ways, you know what I'm saying? Like, why Snoop Dogg, to me, I always say is the most famous rapper is because, like, I'm not necessarily saying dopest or none of that or whatever, right? That's often a question to those that are listening, and, you know, that's a whole nother story nonetheless. But he's the most known because Snoop is known by grandmas in Europe who don't even know nothing about hip hop. They know who Snoop Dogg is. You know what I'm saying? In the same way, individuals know nothing about hip hop, they use the GOAT term. You know what I mean? Like, it's used in so many different worlds, sectors, however you want to put it, and that all came from LL. You know, that was just something with Lil Baby dropping this wham. I had to ask y'all about acronyms, tap in with some of the dopest acronyms you think of all time and what you think about wham, who hired is me. But you heard him talking about Gunna, you know, and he's like, yo, there is no relationship. There is no me getting in the studio. I don't care who says it, if Thug says it. And that's something that's kind of been interesting with Young Thug, the plea, which he fucked up, y'all. He should have took that thing to trial all the way through. He almost was done with the trial to take a plea like that. And then he had Gotti and Stillwell to essentially beat everything. Stillwell got convicted of that one gun charge that he got time served on and some probation, you know, less probation than Thugger got. But, you know, Thugger, obviously with the stipulations of the probation, having to stay away from all the codes and everything like that, everyone YSL related except for Funk, who is his brother, and Gunna, you know. And a lot of people were like, yo, does that mean Thugger's flirting with Gunna? And we seen Thugger let it be known, Gunna is a rat-tattooey. He ain't flirting with him, and neither is Lil Baby. So I don't know, you know, obviously Thugger having that in there means he has to do some business with him, or maybe he just wants to let him know face to face, yo, you's a rat bitch, you know. But I don't know if he would say, baby, get in the studio, you know, come with me, we're gonna do a track together. I don't think he would put anyone in a precarious position like that. You know, if they don't want to do it, I think Thugger would understand, you know. But it's just so crazy to me that a lot of people really try to look at what Gunna did and say that he ain't a cold rat. You know, like, did he really get used in the process of the trial as the case played out? No, but you best believe he would have if he was called to corroborate some things, because that's the deal that he took. And if he didn't fulfill the obligations of the plea, that would be his ass. Pause. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he ain't fucking with him no way, no how. And it's like Baby is standing on what he said as well, where when that whole news came out that Thugger was still gonna have some kind of connection to Gunna in some way, some form, some fashion, with his name being, you know, exempt from the stay away-ish. There was a lot of people trying to run with that Thugger don't consider Gunna a rap, but obviously if you follow it all, he let it be known. Hopefully I got that tweet in this video where he told him use a snitch. I'm paraphrasing. That ain't the exact quote. And, you know, there was a lot of people commenting, you know, in the blogosphere talking about this, like, yo, Lil Baby, you owe Gunna an apology and all that. And it's like, nah, he's standing on what he said. You know what I'm saying? That's what's so wild about a lot of cats in this blogosphere era. They get caught up in the hype of everything. You know what I'm saying? But they don't know if you just stand on what you do. You know what I mean? That tells you that a lot of people just ain't really live life like that. And I don't even mean that on some tough guy-ish or nothing like that. I just mean living life, being through trials and tribulations, saying things and having to stand on them, having those kind of principles about who you are as yourself, you know, knowledge of self. there's real power within all that. And Lil Baby standing on business.
So 4PF still exists?
Yeah.
What was your reaction when you heard Kendrick mention you in Not Like Us? He said Lil Baby helped you get your lingo up in reference to Drake. What did you think when you heard that?
I ain't really into like that side of hip hop, so I don't really, you know.
But you and Drake always had a good relationship. I mean,
Great
Drake helped
relationship.
you a lot.
Great relationship.
Yeah.
So you know, you kind of like, it's just with any situation, like if you and him was arguing, what the hell you gonna say, man? You know?
Like, don't bring you in it.
Yeah, man, I don't be having nothing to do with it. I be having, not saying whatever they got going on ain't real or nothing, but I be like, I feel like, to me, like rapping should be my work. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't want that type of shit at work. You know what I'm saying? That's what, like, even you saying like what's your relationship with Gunna? I ain't in it for that type of shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't on that.
Well, I brought that up just because of the music,
Right.
music aspect of it. Because you know, people, y'all made hits together, and some people want that again.
And speaking of beefs and stuff like that in hip hop, you know, we was talking about Gunna with the rat-ish. Obviously, we know the Kendrick Lamar Drake beef. Baby getting caught up in the mix with all this. As you see, the bars went like this, right? In which you run to Atlanta when you need a check balance. Let me break it down for you. This the real dude challenge. You called Future when you didn't see the club. Lil Baby helped you get your lingo up. So Lil Baby not appreciating that, you know? Like, you heard him. Hip hop is a job to him. He tries to keep it like that. Like, even when he was talking, he referenced back to the Gunna comments as we just broke that down about that situation. He's like, yo, you know, you're asking me, like, I got a relationship with Drake. I don't have one with Gunna, and I'm not gonna, and it is what it is. And keeping it real, like, he didn't, again, he's standing on business just about the type of individual he is and how he rocks and gets down. You know what I'm saying? He wasn't like talking all crazy about Gunna. He was just like, me getting in the studio with him, I don't see that happening because there's just no relationship there. I don't care what no one says. I ain't flirting with him. In the same sense, you know, this is just a job. Not saying this ain't real life. What's going on between them isn't personal, you know, but I'm not, like, it's a job for me and I'm cool with Drake and I appreciate getting pulled into that. What do y'all think about that? Do you guys think that'll be something we hear Kendrick, I don't want to say clap back about, like on some beef-ish, but mention or reference, you know, because Kendrick is really in his bag right now, getting everything out in the form of bars. You know what I'm saying? Not just on this diss-ish and the beef with Drake, which was why we got all those diss tracks, but for this project to come out. And I see a lot of people still trying to diss it, you know, like it's watered down or it's like, it's just a different side of Kendrick. It's kind of like he put out something for the masses. As we know, Kendrick really comes strong with the art on a poetic soul level and all that, right? He put something out for the people that just get caught up in the hype of the mainstream wave, you know? And he's just getting everything out, addressing a lot of stuff. So I wonder if we'll hear him, you know, react to this in some form or fashion on a future track. What Lil Baby's saying right here. Let me know what y'all think about it.
What's the most you ever lost gambling at once?
$8 million.
Okay.
1 day.
How long?
Like 1 day. Like probably like 40 hours.
Yeah.
40 hours straight. I lost like $8 million.
That's not
9 million.
That's not one.
I made myself stop gambling. Like I had my Rubin write a letter to every casino and ban me from the casino. You know, because I just do shit. You know what I'm saying? I don't gamble no more.
Okay. And what's it? I didn't know that.
Ain't that something? 8M's lost. Michael Rubin. You know, his name was coming up a lot about being involved in hip hop when he had his commentary about the Meek situation and all that, where he was letting it be known, hey, I'm a guy that flux with a lot of people in hip hop and I got love for the hip hop culture and things like that. And apparently he realized certain things he says, he got to watch how he say or whatever, but he don't come in a malicious or flucked up way. And it's clear to see that him and Lil Baby really fluck with each other Shit, I forgot all about that. Very bizarre white party photos though, where Lil Baby was getting sandwiched, paused by some of the individuals at Michael Rubin's crib. You know, what do y'all think about that, man? That was sparking a lot of theoretics in the blogosphere that there was some weird ritualistic-ish going down. But
I think social media bothers you a little bit, because one thing I did notice from the white party, I didn't see any hugs. There was no hugs from the back.
No one was a bigger hugger than me. I will say, I pay attention to everything, and I decided people were right or wrong. I think that was pathetic. I think it was a joke.
On how they attack Lil Baby?
Yeah, look, by the way, you know what I hate? When watching a black person try to take a black person down, that's fucked up. Okay, let's keep it real. Okay, Baby is one of the best human beings on the planet. There's not a person who will always do more for his community, who's a great human being, who works his ass off. And here's what happened with Baby. Baby did great, and then people came for him. Okay, and you know what happened? Then he comes out with more great music, and he shows why he's Baby. And so for me, it was one of the few things in my life that ate at me, because I felt even though, like, look, the amount of people...
You were just showing them love, though. I mean, people were just making jokes, but they knew what it was.
But let's keep this real. The amount of people who in a 13-hour drunken party, okay, that I've jumped on their back and someone's caught a picture, is like, I've done that 1,000 times. Now, I will tell you that, like, in my head, that ain't happening anymore. Just because I won't, like, if it was me, I would think it's funny, but it actually hurt him a little bit for a year, and that ate at me. That did eat at me. But you know what, again, the one thing I'd say, when you're doing great, people try to test you. And I think that's a great character test. And I think Baby showed why he's him. Drake's going to show why he's him. And, for me, last year was probably the first time people ever came at me. I've generally been, I think people showed me a lot of love and support. And, last year I realized, Fanatics got a little bigger. I became a little more well-known. And so, hey, it's easy to try to pick at me for things. So, yes, I am a little more careful now.
Don't let nobody stop you from hugging people, man.
Listen, I'm bringing hugs.
As many people from the back as you want.
I've never seen you hug Jay-Z from the back. You never grabbed Jay from the back.
I've hugged first of all, if you get me really...
Don't tell him you hug Jay-Z from the back.
I'm a hugger. I'm a hugger.
Yes,
I am a hugger.
Don't let him bait
you. You get drunk, you'll hug any man from the back, is what you're saying.
Let me tell you something.
Look at me. Don't engage with him right now.
All I'm going to say to you,
we hug each other from the back, so don't worry about it.
I believe in hugging. You know what? I want to spread love all the time. And I mean this. And, hugs are about love. And I love Baby, and I love my friends. I'm lucky to have so many great friends around me. So yes, when I see you, you are getting a drunken hug one time, and you're going to like it. And because we're okay. And you know what? And that's
remember that night we was out.
Yeah, but hold on. That's affection. That's just respect for you, because I have so much respect and love for you. And when someone starts trying to say that's not love, that's fucking bullshit. Okay, you know what that is? That's just people want to hate on each other and trying to take people down.
Miserable
and I don't actually accept that. Okay,
we was at that restaurant after Jay-Z's museum thing last year, and you was drunk, and you came with me, and I said, "Don't you even think about it."
It was still fresh then. Was it? Did I then hug you or not?
You did hug me.
Perfect, exactly.
I mean, I hug me from the back all the time, so it's just nothing.
Yeah,
right. And by the way, the amount of incredible, iconic athletes that have jumped on my back and given me hugs in moments. I mean, that was like someone just caught a picture of that. And by the way, I told Kuz, I was with Kuz a couple nights ago, it was his blue hair. That was the thing that really squared. It was, if you didn't have that blue hair, that was what killed the whole thing. It was the picture. It was me, Baby, and Kuz. And it was probably 1/10 of 1 second that someone caught the picture, and then it got out there. And, but anyway, look, to me.
Mike, we just joke. You hug whoever you want to hug.
No, but all kidding aside, I want to spread love all the time. And people should hug each other all the time. And people shouldn't say, oh, it's not cool if someone gave someone a drunken hug. And what sucks is that it actually did hurt Baby for a period of time. And that's the fucked up thing. And that's the thing that I don't like.
What do you mean by hurting? He was upset about it? Or
no.
I mean, the mean Baby used to that. He go viral all the time.
Baby wasn't one bit upset about it, because he's tough and he's built for it.
Yeah, he go viral all the time.
Yeah, but it's just that people took it. It was just a way of saying, oh, Baby ain't right. Oh, he's this or he's this. It's all bullshit. It's people that want to hate with success. And to me, I want everyone around me to do great. Nothing's going to make me happier than you guys doing great. You guys killing it at everything you do. That's how we all push each other up. And so that's how we all learn from each other and grow together.
Yeah.
And so I think you just got to push aside that negativity.
Nonetheless, when he lost them 8 M's, which is crazy, what was he playing? That he was gambling that much, man. Gambling is a real sickness. Tap in, y'all, and let me know if you've ever dealt with it or seen it firsthand. It's bad, man. It can be worse than dope. But Michael Rubin helped him out and used the pull that he has in the whole world with all the casinos and all that. He said, hey, let's keep my bro, Lil Baby, about the casino. I want him on the no-fly list. You know what I'm saying? 86 him. And that's a good idea, man. And you know what I'm saying? As always, y'all, hit the comments, like, subscribe, all that. But the comments, Coffee talking it up with y'all is what it's all about. You know what I mean? We try to break the different news stories down and whatnot and get something from talking about it. You know, there's always a lesson to be learned or something to be discussed in everything. And that's the smart move is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean? There's no shame if, like, gambling's a problem for Lil Baby. He said, yo, I just had them ban me. Fuck it. I don't ever want to see a casino again. I got no motivation to be up in a casino. Some people feel sometimes things that they're lacking in or have issues with, they have to confront it firsthand and be strong enough to not fall victim to it once again and fall victim to their own self and issues within, right? But which is good. That is a good thing to do. But if you ain't there yet, or you may never be there and you just 86 yourself up out of this situation, there's nothing wrong with that. That's a good idea. Just like for those that know about recovery and stuff, when they say people, places, and things will have you relapse and have you back in a world of hurt. You know what I mean? It can set off a process to which can be uglier than things ever were in the first situation. You know what I mean? So sometimes just taking it out of existence is the way to go, you know? And that's cool that Rubin did that for him, I think, man. But there you have it. And yo, Lil Yachty, I don't know why I never really peeped this before. He looked different with the cut, right? But he kind of sound like 3 Stacks now. Did anyone else feel that way? Hit the comments, let me know, as well as everything else we touched on in this video. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Sub up, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace and God bless.